Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. I'm excited to introduce a brand new series called Open Game State. The idea behind the series is pretty simple. Instead of sitting down for a traditional interview, I'm going to play through different Yu-Gi-Oh formats with some of the game's best players. As we do, we'll revisit the formats that define their careers and talk about the tournaments, the stories, the rivalries, the lessons, and the moments that made them who they are today. Whether you've been playing for 20 years or you just discovered retro formats, my goal is to give you a behind the scene look at competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! From the people who actually lived it. And I couldn't think of a better guest to kick things off with. Joining me today is one of the most accomplished players in Yu-Gi-Oh!'s history, a multiple time YCS Champion, an Undisputed UDS Champion, and a Master Duel World Champion. Please welcome Jesse Kotton. Jesse, thank you so much for taking the time to do this with me today.
No problem. I'm excited to be debuting the new series, I guess. That sounds awesome.
So here's how this is going to work. Over the course of the series, we'll be playing through different eras of Yu-Gi-Oh!, starting from the earliest retro formats and working our way forward. While we play, I'll be asking questions about what your career looked like during each of those periods, what the competitive scene was like, how you prepared for events, the people you met, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today's episode starts where a lot of players first fell in love with competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! GOAT format. So Jesse, I'm gonna start this die roll. Take me back to 2005. What was your relationship
Oh,
with
man.
at this point? What was your relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh at this point, and what are your earliest memories of discovering the game?
So this is when I started Yu-Gi-Oh! It was in GOAT format. By no means competitive player, barely even knew what advanced format was. But this is when I started playing, so I do actually know this format. And I started the game because my friend in kindergarten had just cards lying around and showed them to me, and I thought they were cool. I asked my parents; they took me to see the Pyramid of Light movie, so I got those, and that was my start. My dad used to work in Edmonton during the weeks and only be back on the weekend, so when he was home on the weekend, we'd find things to do together. And one of the easy things to do was he would take me and that same friend to locals on Saturday. We'd stop at Wendy's every time, and then stop at an RC car place to play some games there, and then it was locals.
What was the very first deck you remember building?
I don't even know, to be honest. I guess the first one I remember building was Chaos, but I almost guarantee I had some nonsense first. Uh,
As we all did, I'm sure.
yeah.
What was the first competitive deck you ever made?
I mean, Chaos was technically competitive because my dad was an adult, so he would figure out what was playable and then help me building the deck by just essentially net decking for me. So my own competitive-ish deck that I built myself would have been Lightsworn, right, and just copy paste a different deck. So that'd be a few years after this. But yeah, Chaos, I just like copy pasted from whatever my dad told me, which is whatever he was told from. Honestly, I don't know who. But
No, that's
yeah.
cool. So your dad was kind of more in the scene than you were to tell you what's good?
Well, it was a way for me and him to bond, and then also my parents let me play because it was a way to learn basic math and reading skills. So I learned how to read and do basic addition subtraction thanks to Yu-Gi-Oh, which is I think pretty cool.
I think it's really cool too. You can learn a lot from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Even just like trading with people. You learn how to go plus and neg
Oops.
and how to profit and all those things. You attack?
Yeah, not me. Click and turn.
Yeah, all good. It's a moth. I get pot. What do you think of pot of greed? If it was in modern today, is it still playable or is it bad because of ash and droll?
No, absolutely still playable. I mean, there's like worlds where Upstart is still fine. So when Pot of Greed is around, that absolutely is play. I mean, Desires is play. The card is worse than every metric. So
Yeah.
Pot of Greed would, yeah, for sure, be an auto include in pretty much everything.
Is there any card in Go format that you think would be fine today? Or yeah, it's
What's
still banned today, but
what's
would be
what's still banned? So Meta was banned for a long time. Very recently got unbanned, and it could have been unbanned sooner. Um, what was legal here? So honestly, none of the problem ones have been
how about delinquent duo?
So Duo is the one that's closest to being okay. Yeah, this resolves.
Okay.
However, it's just like it's almost like Dust Shoot was in a lot of formats. Even if it's not that good because it's like situational, it's really, really not fun and broken when you start with it. So Duo would still be good as a side deck card. Nice. When you go first, and that's it. And I think that's like enough reason for it to not come back. Because I don't know what good healthiness it provides to the game.
For sure. If you go second and they already establish a board, it's like you have a hand, or are they gonna burn Omni Negate on it?
Yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, typically, at least right now, needs more cards that help going second. So cards that do the exact opposite of that should not be encouraged to come back, even if they aren't that broken.
Mm-hmm. I know you mentioned the Pyramid of Light movie. I know your favorite card was Blue Eye Shining Dragon. Could you elaborate more on that?
So that was just you got the movie packs, right? And that was the first card I ever owned, just Boy Shining Dragon. And then it's obviously a cool looking card too. So I have always loved that card. It's one of my favorite cards. And I recently got a giant card version of it. It's one of the new prizes for winning a YCS.
Oh, that's awesome.
I remember.
Go ahead.
I remember when I was young. There was this thing that was like popular. Or maybe my mom just had it, where you could like create artwork to stain the window with, and make like art. And I remember making like custom Blue Eye Shining Dragon art to throw on the back door window.
Oh, that's really sick. Who were the people you played with growing up? Family, friends, locals?
So growing up for me is a long, like, spans of time. Like long enough that people left the scene, entered the scene. I guess in the 2005 era, I honestly can't remember the locals very well because it was 20 years ago and I was 6 years old. At that point in time, it was only me and my dad and my one friend from school. Although I'd later get my brother and my cousin involved.
Yeah.
Though they don't play anymore.
That's cool. That was Blaze, right?
Yeah, Blaze.
Yeah, he's cool. You're destroying me right now.
They're up in cards still, so be so certain.
I'm tired of that merchant going off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Looking back, what did younger Jesse completely misunderstand about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Well, many, many things. One of the biggest eureka moments for me, I mean, this came many years later, but realizing before was kind of just like trying to focus on synergies way too much. When, like, instead, a lot of the time, after you have like a solid core for your deck, the thing you want to do is you want to just like figure out what your deck loses to, what its problems are, and then try and solve those problems instead of just trying to make it more combo heavy. So I think that was a big no response. I think that's a big thing many people have to learn. They got a little lost in the sauce, and little kid me did that a lot. I had a lot of decks that were cool, and when they popped off, they were fun. I still like playing those decks if it's casually, but at a competitive level, it's not feasible.
No, for sure. I remember my childhood deck, it was all like Haines and legit. Haines cool.
Just the worst Penguin Soldier.
Exactly. Well, I'll play both, because why not?
Exactly.
Yeah. If someone had told 10-year-old Jesse, or sorry, you were 5 then.
I was
that he'd be one of the greatest competitive players ever. What do you think your reaction would have been?
So ironically, like if you asked this to the 10-year-old Jesse, you'd say you're talking out your ass. You talk to like the young 5-year-old Jesse, it would be hell yeah, I'll be the king of games because you still like think you're in the show. So you get more of an anime like response. So I'd probably give you some bullshit like you better believe it. Not that I even knew what Naruto was at the time. It sounds like I'm quoting it. Let's grab another soup.
Yeah. Did you play on the playground at school and stuff?
Once my cards got stolen. Never again.
Yeah.
The older kid stole the cards I had, and then the only card I was able to keep was playing Shiny Dragon, but it got tossed into a puddle. And
Oh, no.
I still have it. It's so beat up. Like the card is splitting. Like it's rough. Has water damage. It's peeling. Oh my god, it makes me sad. But
It's sentimental.
I still have it. Yeah, no, I'm happy I still have it at the very least.
What are other cards that I guess were sentimental for you back in those days?
Back in the GOAT era, no response. I don't think there's much else. I remember nothing I think of nearly as fondly as that Shining Dragon, but I remember Ultimate Baseball Kid and like Backfire and I think the cards called Inferno, all those fire burn cards. That was typically what my dad played. So I do remember all of those cards pretty well.
Yeah. I remember Marshmallow, but that's not till way later.
Yeah,
right?
the Marshmallow stuff happened with Lightsworn, so that was a few years after this as well.
So what's the story with the Marshmallow for those who don't know?
So the story with the Marshmallow, that is one of my dad's favorite cards, and eventually in 2012, these cards came out called Light Ray Monsters, which saw some success competitively. They're not unplayable cards, but they've never really reached the height of competitive play that a lot of the cards have. They're essentially just like worse versions of Dark Armed. They are require an X number of lights in the grave. You summon them, but their effects are much worse. And then, yeah, that was a thing. And my dad put that in his Lightsworn deck. But I often just played whatever cards I wasn't using. So after I stopped using Lightsworn deck because hits had happened, my dad moved on to Lightsworn, and that had become one of his favorite decks. And he'd use the Light Ray cards to kind of fix the problem of boss monsters with the banlist hits. So, okay, yeah, that was a deck he played for quite a while, and one of the events was YCS Rhode Island 2012, and I remember telling my dad to take Marshmallow out of his deck for this tournament because it didn't make sense. I guess some prior context as well as the Marshmallow was like a feasible card for a while. A lot of battle destruction, like protection cards like Gel and Duo, Spirit Reaper, Marshmallow were very playable in the 2011 era, but it become immediately like way worse upon the release of Photon Papal Imperative, running forward that turns monsters to attack mode. So my dad had been stuck playing Marshmallow, and I'm like, all right, now this card's out, and you can't be playing this Marshmallow card. It sucks. So I took it out of his deck. Anyways, he signs up for the YCS and has it in his deck. He put it back in his deck without telling me. I do bad at the YCS. I was still young. I was 12 at the time, making my own mistakes, but wise enough to know Marshmallow should not have been in his deck. He somehow makes it to the final round of Swiss at an X2 record. So if he wins, he'll top 32 the YCS, which is kind of insane. And he gets the game 3 versus a Machina Girgia player. He has 3 Lightsworns in his graveyard, with a 4th individual name in his hand, and a Judgment Dragon, and also a Marshmallow. His opponent has no trap cards, and no cards in hand, but does have a field full of monsters, including 2 Girgian X's, which on the following turn can search another monster and help the guy extend. So he has ways to play and make new monsters in the next turn, as long as those monsters live. So my dad has the choice of set the Marshmallow, and let that rock, or summon a Lightsworn, crash it into the Girgian X, summon the Judgment Dragon in main phase 2, clear the field, and now Girgia would be top decking against Judgment Dragon, which is very hard. I'd say not many outs in the opponent's deck. My dad chose to set the Marshmallow, and then got promptly ass kicked when the opponent went search level 4, make the Photon Papal operative, and that's all she wrote.
That's hilarious. Your dad almost topped YCS before you?
He did years before me, almost topped the YCS. And like his cover, you'll say, is he didn't want to upset my feelings. in top a YCS before me. It was obviously just the same as the parent saying, "Oh, we're just testing you." It's a lot of nonsense.
No, for sure. Because if he had that over you, you'll never hear the end of
Oh, I
it.
know. We have a very like casual relationship where it talks to me like I'm his just teenage friend. So he definitely would not do it for my sake.
Hmm.
Uh,
For
seconds.
for Yu-Gi-Oh, did you ever collect, or was it all just playing?
I've collected for quite a while. Okay. I don't know if I'd say I was always a collector. Actually, I know for a fact I wasn't in the early days because my dad would pretty much be the auditor of the collection. So if he did not think something was worth keeping, we just wouldn't. And I would never
Mhm.
let me have more than 3 copies of a card. He said it's pointless. And then technically we're building decks for 2. And ironically, a lot of cards that we sold would have been worth money if we just kept it.
I know.
Yeah, it's the hard truth for a lot of that. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on,
Um,
I'm thinking.
okay, no worries.
Yeah. All right.
Did you watch the anime at all? Did it kind of influence or inspire you to play, or was it all just like, here's a game, let's play it kind of thing?
Uh, it was not what got me into the game, but I did watch Duel Monsters whenever I could on TV. It was hard to watch that stuff live though.
Live, like just
Not
like
live.
following it.
I mean like episode by episode
Yeah,
to like keep up with the storyline.
yeah,
Because I was
yeah,
on the
yeah, yeah.
streaming
I got
service. Yeah, so like following a full plot is not. It's not like SpongeBob where you can tune in and
every episode's its own
it's
thing.
its own individual thing. But I remember
Yeah.
watching specifically the one that like sticks with me for some reason is it was the tag team duel of Kaiba and Yuki versus the Rare Hunters. I remember watching that one as a kid. I don't know why that one sticks out in my mind, but it does. And yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, that one was one I forgot about. So that's really cool. I mean, that was a good match now that you remind me about it. The one I think back for that arc was probably Yugi versus Strings rated the Slifer loop and the
Yeah,
Exodia one.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is good. Did you have a favorite character in the show?
Pegasus. I love Pegasus.
Really? Are you excited for the new Toon stuff?
No, those cards are so not fun. I was super excited when they got announced, but they just look miserable to play against. So it looks like you're playing
Yeah.
against Pegasus, which is just not doesn't sound enjoyable. So yeah.
I mean, yeah, one of his trap cards, like, yo, I get to see all your cards anytime I want. Like, I thought that card's crazy.
But it's not even just that. You get to look at their cards, but then you also get to prohibition a card once per turn, quick effect. So if I see a hand trap, I just say, "Oh, you can't use that now." Like, what are we
For
doing?
uh for this game?
No, for that trap card, I'm saying. Like
Oh yeah.
what are we doing card design wise for that to be
Yeah, so when you say prohibition, I can say it quick effect, and is it while it's face up, you can never use that again, or is it just
I
for
think it
that
might just be
turn?
for the turn, but who cares? Call the hand trap in this turn. This is the starter card next turn. Like,
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. And if you have multiple, or can they stack, or who
I'm
knows?
not sure. I don't think you'd ever play more than one because trap cards are kind of poop. And you can place it face up on the field on turn one, but only one copy. So any more
Hmm.
than that might be pointless or redundant.
No, for sure. Toon was my favorite archetype.
I love tunes as
They had.
well. Yeah,
I wish they didn't have the summon sickness, or
that's
I wish they did a little
so
more.
many bad things about them. It's rough.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, exactly. Toon World dies, they all die, and Toon World itself doesn't do anything. But I'm really happy that they're getting the support and love now.
I wish the
Uh,
cards were a little more interesting to engage with. That's like the biggest gripe I have.
no, for sure. It was mainly just the Dark Magician Girl and later the Cyber Dragon that were ever good. Sometimes Toon Dragon and like a trade-in deck. But
Yeah, I mean calling Toon Dragon good is a stretch. I mean Toon Cyber's the closest one, and that was not a good card.
yeah, or
So,
Toon Canister, I guess, seen play just to.
yep. I technically have entered a YCS with that card on my deck. So,
Oh, you played the Toon version as opposed to the.
yeah. I did TP one, and I do love Toon monsters. So,
Ooh.
I mean, it's technically a little bit worse, but it never matters. Your opponent's getting FTK'd regardless when it hits the field, so I just played the fun one.
You're not attacking with it anyway. What was the first pack you ever remember opening?
Shadow of Infinity, I remember for sure, which is 2006, I think. I just can't start my turn. This is nice.
I mean, we can play manually.
I think my DB is just shitting itself. I can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think let me just try to fix this actually. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna see the code anyway.
Okay. What was the first expensive card you ever owned?
Probably BLS. I don't remember how much it was,
Yeah.
but I remember having one. My dad probably just got that for me. He didn't do that a ton, but I know that that's one card I got. Also, I don't know how much it was, to be fair, so maybe it wasn't that much. Because by the time we got it, it was reprinted once, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Was there ever a card that you wanted more than anything as a kid?
It was never about collectability for me at the start. It was always just playing. I'm gonna play her first. So there were often cards that I just couldn't afford.
Mm-hmm.
One I remember is Darkheim Dragon. Obviously, I never owned that card until it went to 1 and got reprinted. Duality was one where I pulled one copy. I played with that one for a long time. Solemn Warning I had one copy of too. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Or even actually when I had Lightsworns as well, I didn't have a complete deck. I know I just never pulled an Aaron. I got really lucky with Lightsworns. In one sneak peek in the 2 boxes I got for my birthday, I pulled 2 JDs and 3 Honests.
That's sick, but no Aaron.
No Aaron, and then I only had 1 charge that came into Genesis. So I had I had way more than most of the people did for what it's worth, but I did not have a complete deck.
And I guess in those ways, not like you weren't really pay to win. It's just like you got to pull your own cards. Kinda.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, again.
Did your parents think Yu-Gi-Oh was just gonna be a phase?
I assume so. I guess I haven't asked that question to them, but I can't imagine they thought it would be permanent.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that. And there was a short period in time where I stopped playing. In in the 5Ds era, I think around Absolute Power Force, Stardust Overdrive, Ancient Prophecy, that time. And then one of the years I went to summer camp. And there was that cousin Blaze. And one of the counselors had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. All thrown together scrap cards, stuff you'd see in the show. And I ride all my old cards still, so I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Okay. So I remember digging out all my old cards when I play, and the Yu-Gi-Oh club within that camp grew a lot. So that got me interested in looking back into it again. And this was around the time. This was around when D-Rev came out. Yeah, so this is when D-Rev came out, and getting back into it around then. So fall of 2010.
Okay. When you said you kind of quit, where you just kind of burnt out from the game, or you just need I need a break?
Honestly, not sure. I was young, so something else probably caught my interest, and I just stopped giving it attention. And it's simple as that. It could have been something else, but
something else I was gonna ask later, but since we're on the topic of it, was there ever a point in your later years where you ever wanted to quit, or was it?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's 2 clear moments where I was gonna quit in more recent than people may think times in 2022, and earlier the latter half of last year, and it would have been full quitting the one last year, but it would have been a step back, and I still want to step back in comparison to what I have been doing, because it's a lot to keep up competitively over long stretches of time.
No, for sure. That's why I'm into retro these days.
Yeah,
That's
not,
homework.
yeah, definitely less homework.
uh, did you just feel burnt out when those times when you want to quit, or is it just kind of like I did everything I needed to do in this and I'm good?
Mm, so when I when I wanted to quit in 2022, it was just after COVID, and I'd really not been enjoying the game. Uh, and it was on the back of like bubbling out like 6 events I hadn't topped since COVID ended. I was really not enjoying the state of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe I just like commit to vending because I was vending full time at that point already. And that was natural progression of a lot of players and my friends who just did that. They just went full on to vending. That was their career. Still Yu-Gi-Oh adjacent. So they got to do some of the cool things that go alongside Yu-Gi-Oh.
You still vend?
Yeah, I do.
Sorry.
I do. No, but yeah, so I'm like, you know what, maybe just call it. So I had one last event I was going to do in Brazil, because I still like the travel portion of it. That's the reason why I go. And I was about to rock up with some bullshit stun deck. It's just called Eldritch Stun for those who are more modern, I guess, kept up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I thought, all right, so let me play this. I don't really care how I do. Probably be done. But I forgot my deck at home. So I had to just play whatever I was given. And people had Element cards. So I spent some time, and I still was keeping up with the game enough to like, having watched the European Championship like a week prior. So I looked at what I learned from that tournament, and the cards that were given to me, and built it my own style and based on what I thought I learned. I went undefeated and switched the tournament, ending in top 4. Like, okay, this is fine. And then I played the same deck 2 weeks later for YCS Champion, where I got second. And then this is like the best run I've had in my career. I then went on to get second again, first, top 8, top 16, first again, in the span of like 4 months at events.
Yeah.
So it was really good for me. Heavy's gone. All right. So yeah, that got me back into it. Element brought me back for sure. I was not enjoying the state of the game. Not doing well either.
I think you're doing well. And how about the recent time? That was the recent?
So the more recent one was 2026 or 2025, the fall. So how much do you know about I guess I'll say the qualification for world system for Master Duel? Essentially, there's four tournaments a year you can qualify. Yeah. You have to play for 72 hours nonstop. The last one is a regional based tournament, so the best in each region will qualify.
That's cool.
But yeah, so one of those was in September, and I'd not been liking the TCG because of a deck called Malice, and it's not been hit on the ban list. We went to the World Championship to defend our titles, and we bombed out of the World Championship. Obviously, put a bunch of work into that, and that's a shame. And then the Duelist Cup comes, and I'm trying to requalify, and one of the most miserable 72 hours of my life, because I hated the deck that everyone was playing. It was all Malice. It was the best deck. It was tier 0. Had to play it. Hated playing it and playing against it, and do very well because I'm a player who thinks that how much you invested or how much you enjoy a game will affect how well you can do. And sure. It was very unenjoyable. So yeah, after that, and like the streak of just like me not enjoying the game, not enjoying the deck, and the 2 bad performances, I'm like, I'll just push more into vending content and only do specific events I really want to do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I had no interest in playing. I still believe if I stop enjoying the game, I'll just chill back on it quite a bit. And again, I got saved by, ironically, another fusion deck. It was Draco Tail. I didn't really enjoy any other deck within the last year, but I've played the same deck for a full year. and that was this most recent year, and kept me enjoying the game, which I think is an important part of playing a game. It's not like this game earns a ton of money by competing, so what am I doing at that point?
For sure. What advice would you give players that wanted to do that 72-hour grind?
Oh, I don't know if I'm personally ask. I'm still trying to improve it myself. I think people will fixate on the maximized number of games. It's just not true. You have to maximize your win rate above all else, and that often means playing grind your decks and accepting that, or not conceding game states because you want to see if your opponent will mess up. Remember, they'll be tired. Oftentimes they will, or they'll just make mistakes because they're worse. And that also means just like queuing when you're tired or not sleeping properly. These are just bad habits you have to avoid. And following that advice is what has been helping me get better, but I still have a ways to go. The TCG is my natural domain.
No, for sure.
This is rough.
Is there anything you miss about early Yu-Gi-Oh?
I mean, I enjoy both. Early, old, what do you want to call middle Yu-Gi-Oh? It doesn't really matter. The slow, grindy aspects, like mapping out several turns in advance, playing around top decks, I do enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Do you think kids today experience the game the same way?
No, it's not the same game at all. I'll judgment that. Hold on, I'll judgment that.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're all good.
You want me to shuffle?
No. I'm down bad right now. I gotta do this shit.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, just that.
If you could spend a day reliving the GOAT era, what would you do?
I don't know.
If
I
you
never
were to
really
relive it.
spent a lot of time thinking about this format. It was I feel like there's not a ton of card pool. Part of what I like about later Yu-Gi-Oh is you have more card pool to mess around with stuff, more synergies as well. But the synergies in old Yu-Gi-Oh are way jankier, like not playable. So I dislike that that portion of the game.
For sure. Tsukiyomi and a flip effect. That's crazy.
That was essentially the limit to what you could do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
That shit can't kill me. It's only 100. Uh-oh. Do I have one left? I don't. Okay.
I don't play that thing. Let's just try to get it in.
This is so gross.
Sakuretsu?
That's even worse than that.
Did you enjoy deck building more than playing?
Generally, yeah. I'd say I enjoy deck building more than playing. But I think it can depend case to case. Some formats there's more to deck building, some formats there's less, and then vice versa. Sometimes there's more interesting deck building thinking.
What motivated you?
Yeah, it's fine.
What motivated you to improve or to become a better?
So I only discovered YCSs were YCS Toronto 2011. That was my first sort of exposure to it. And I met these other kids who had come from New Jersey and Connecticut in the States to play Dragon Duels, which is what I was playing. And I remember thinking, oh, that'd be really cool to do. So I wanted to get better for that, and then my dad and I went on a road trip to Columbus for the YCS about a month later from that point. And I don't know. From there, it was kind of like it was not just about the competing, but enjoying myself traveling, meeting new people. And obviously, while you're there, you don't want to do badly, so it kind of went hand in hand with me discovering these formats and diving deeper in.
No, for sure. You don't want to travel, get a plane ticket or whatever, and then just scrub out, right?
Yeah.
Did you
Ironically, nowadays I don't mind that as much as before. I've really gotten over it, but this is brutal. I'll protect it.
Okay. Did you naturally gravitate towards competitive games?
I don't really play a ton of games besides Yu-Gi-Oh, to be honest. It's captivated most of my time. Most of the stuff I don't play a ton of.
Mm.
Like I'm thinking of other games I've played. Smash Brothers a little bit. Battlegrounds and Hearthstone.
Have you played any other TCGs growing up?
I
Or
tried.
even
I've tried Vanguard, Pokemon, Magic, One Piece. I know the rules to all these. You just can't. Part of why I don't play them much is I don't want to dedicate or I can't dedicate time to learning those properly. And yeah, I would like to do well if I'm playing them somewhat decently.
yeah. Would you say you always had a competitive personality?
I think as a kid, I'm definitely more competitive. I don't even know if I consider myself that competitive nowadays.
True. Sure, to some level.
Yeah,
Competitiveness.
yeah.
Suki,
We.
what was your first experience playing with someone that was outside of your friend group?
I mean, it would have just been someone I played in the locals when I was a kid, so I don't know. I had no recollection.
That's true. That's true. But it's cool that you went to play locals when you were 5.
So I remember the locals that I went to. It was called Sluggers.
Yeah.
Uh, it let people under the age of 8 play traditional. Well, everyone was playing in fans, which I cannot believe is something that they let fly. But I remember I had CED in my deck, and we're playing GOAT format essentially. So I had CED in my GOAT deck, so I was actually able to win games. And the entire point of that is to let the younger kids be able to somehow win with the handicap. But
Yeah.
I was able to keep up because my deck was just better than other people's.
That's hilarious. Did you make a lot of people mad? I'm sure.
Honestly, I don't think so, but I also could have just been completely oblivious to other people.
That's true too. I can imagine someone's like, I can't believe this kid just sacked me with CD. The
Yeah.
middle one.
All right.
You ever scammed in a trade?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I remember finally like getting enough to get a Chimera tech. This is the first Chimera tech, the one that you summon with Overload Fusion,
Okay, yeah.
and it was like $70 or $80 at the time. And I finally got enough. I traded for it, and then it got reprinted 2 days later. And I know it was gonna reprint it, and they did because they. It was
Oh,
that
so you
that
over
one.
traded for it kind
Oh,
of
I just got
thing.
destroyed. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sure there's other times as well that I'm like less aware of that I got scammed. It was never like egregiously bad because my dad would safeguard from some stuff. For
No, for sure.
example, at some point when I pulled the Judgment Dragon at Sneak Peek, the Light of Destruction, people came up trying to get the card from me.
Mhm.
But my dad, realizing with how many people were trying to get this for the card from the little kid, stepped in to make sure that I wasn't getting taken advantage of.
Yeah, for sure. Did rarity matter to you as a kid?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, you just want to play the
My
cards.
dad also just kind of reinforced it in me not to let it care. He would like kind of say get the cheapest thing. And if I ever had a expensive card and I got reprinted,
Yeah,
he'd force me to downgrade. Uh,
that's funny.
let's just go for it.
Mm, hmm. Gonna book it.
Okay on that one.
Okay, I draw one.
Let's see, like Karibo.
No Karibo. I had the knock. Got that one. Ooh, did you ever trade a card away that you regret losing?
Aside of for value reasons, probably not.
Okay. All right. GG. Uh, so what were you, or where were you in life during the Edison era?
So I remember I took a break around this time. So this is around the time I'm like 10 years old, and I was not really playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a little hazy for me. I don't remember how much I actually did play, but uh, I do know that it was not a central like focus on my life.
Mm-hmm.
So this was probably the least I played Yu-Gi-Oh in the last 20 years of my existence. Just a kind
I
of
see.
ridiculous thing to say out loud.
No, it's okay. When did you say you jumped back in? Tengu Plant?
D-Rev, so it would have been a few months after this.
Uh,
Yeah.
I see hero cards. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this
Uh,
is something going back and revisiting. This was obviously like the craze format to play not too long ago. So
yeah.
when everyone
Okay,
did
fair.
that, oh, you're playing the same deck you played 15 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I love this deck.
yeah, I didn't have anything I naturally gravitated towards in this format, so I kind of tried my own thing. My hero
Yeah,
cards are obviously very strong.
for sure. You can have the food for you. Sure, these people are excited to see you be playing Edison. Let's see. So I guess you're taking a break. So you haven't really, I guess, traveled for an event yet for during these times?
No, so my first YCS was 2011, and I didn't know what a YCS was. So
Hmm.
I really was not in the game at this point. And when I rejoined after this, I remember, of course, I was a kid being suckered. Both was true and nice. Suckered by the Konami blog. So I remember seeing some article about Fabled Raven, and I'm like, wow, that looks so cool. So I built a Fabled deck.
Yeah.
That shit's some ass. um,
Yeah, only the service was good in those days, I think. I don't even think
and
I was out
even
with.
even then, you're like stretching it. Yeah, no, it was the Fabled Dark World deck. Yeah, like it was mixed all the stuff together. It was dog shit though. Um,
So for you never heard of YCS? Have you heard of regionals at this time?
so I think I'd gone to my first regional during Teledad format. I just played Dragon Duels though. So I did know what a regional was. I guess, in general awareness of the world around me was not that high. At
Mm-hmm.
this time, how much do I want to push? Fuck it.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I had gone to regionals. I remember I got my invite to nationals. I think because of Dragon Duels. I don't think I even know what that meant or what it was. Maybe didn't have nationals. I don't remember. I just remember getting like fourth or whatever out of 8 players. That
Mhm.
was my experience. I remember very little about it. And then obviously this being a lull period. This would have been the time in my life where I'm just a kid in school, I guess. And I can't even tell you what interest filled the void.
Yeah. So you're a world champion, undisputed UDS champion, multiple YCS champion, but you were never a Dragon Duel champion?
National champion, no, but I ended up winning at Dragon Duels later on.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh
During you were at the tournament, Long Beach, right?
yes, yes. That
Yeah,
was
yeah. I remember that was a bit later. So that was a few months after I learned what a YCS was. I remember I asked my birthday to go to the 100th YCS. I begged my parents and eventually got my parents to fold. So my dad flew down with me. A few other Canadians went, including you.
yeah.
And this is more when I feel like I actually remember people's faces from this era. Like shortly after Edison when I started playing the game. For the Card Masters people, and those locals. Yeah, I went to Long Beach. I remember I got second to Dragon Duel on the first day, and I didn't have every card for my Dino Rabbit deck. I had all the core cards completed, but I was missing staples. Like I didn't have, I like one Fiendish Chain, one Forbidden Lance, and I was filling the rest out with random nonsense. And I remember before day 2, a bunch of the local Canadians gave me some extra cards that had to flesh out the rest of my deck. And then I was able to win the Dragon Duels on the second day, and that was super cool.
Nice. And then when you win the second day, you play the winner from the first day, or how did that work?
Back then, it was just 2 separate tournaments.
Oh, okay. And then you just got like first place medal and prize card? Or what did they give up?
Sorry. Let's do this. That's actually bad. Let's not try to get. I don't know why I'm value getting. Don't do this.
Okay, that's good. You want to chain your card, or
yeah, I'll chain it. I'll chain it.
That was correct. Yeah, what was the prizes for those back in the day?
So part of the reason I wanted to go was the winner of the Dragon Duels for that tournament only was a Blood Mephist, which was the prize card at the time. Back then, that was not the case. The Dragon Duels now do get prize cards.
Yeah.
And that was not the case for when I played. The 100th YCS was the special. So I remember getting the Blood Mephist, and I was able to sell my prizes for like $1,000. And this is back in 2012 as well.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. You're a Dragon Duel kid.
Yeah, that's a ton of money for a kid. And that pretty much funded me to build Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks for a long time. And then I made sure I always had meta. I was able to snowball that into then doing decently in tournaments as I got better too. And then from that point on, I was able to keep up with the best deck pretty easily, which is nice.
Do you still, the Blood Mephist is gone? You still have that one?
No, I don't.
Yeah, because that's probably the one that we would all regret losing.
Yeah, I mean, like for a value perspective, yeah, like obviously it would have been nice if I still had it, but
So do you keep all your prize cards?
now I keep all the ultra rares that I have. Yeah, so anything that I've directly won, I keep.
How about the world ones? Those two?
So I sold the first place worlds one. It was just too much money. I couldn't.
Yeah. Say no.
I couldn't say no to it. I sold the second place one, but if I pull the trigger on buying something expensive like a house at some point, I'll probably sell it. Like there's attachment to it, but since I won worlds afterwards, it's less so.
Okay, you can win it again, and then it's even less so.
That's true too.
What was your very first YCS experience like?
So my first YCS was not too long after Edison. It was Tengu Plant format. I don't remember how I found out about it. It must have been from the locals. I didn't really know what YCS was. And I showed up for Dragon Duels on the Saturday and Sunday. I remember I was excited BLS had just gotten unbanned, and some other Lightsworn unhit happened as well. So I showed up with my Twilight Sworn deck that I was super stoked to play. And that was pretty good for me. I ended up not top 4ing that one, which was the prize cutoff for Dragon Duels. But meeting those kids, and I was excited to go try it out at some point.
That was the Billy Break.
It was,
YCS?
yes, he did win that one. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna be greedy.
Greedy. How long did you play Dragon Duel for? All the way till you couldn't?
Yeah, so it was just 1 year until I couldn't. Back then, the age cutoff was a little bit younger. When I started, it was you had to be 12 or younger, and if you aged out through the year, you could still play that year's nationals. But then, as that year progressed, it then became based on the year you were born instead of how old you were at the time of the tournament, which did ruin or did like annoy me as a kid. I remember when I was playing nationals the year, I like played against kids who were older than me, and then by the end of nationals 2012, I was still 12. But now I couldn't play because I was born in 99 and the cutoff was 2000.
Oh, that's dumb. Wow. What's another 19? I got rocked.
Yeah, Gores?
Guy's greedy. No. Yeah, I see Dragon Duel now, and then I'm just like, yo, that's like a grown man playing. Like, what? Like, there's like teenagers.
Yeah, because it's as they're hitting puberty. I think it's like now 15 and younger. It's like, yeah, you will have kids who are just hitting puberty. and it looks kind of ridiculous.
So in this format, this would be your first YCS top.
Mm-hmm. So my first top was it was 2015. As first top in general would be the WCQ 2015 Nationals in Nashville. And my first YCS top was just 2 months later the Toronto YCS.
So the first one was Nashville?
Nashville WCQ 2015, yeah.
Oh, okay, fair. Do you know if we draw for turn in this format?
You do not.
Okay. All good.
Okay. Nothing changes.
I don't know. It was what I know. Yeah.
No, I get you.
Missed effect.
No response.
I don't even know what I get with this anymore. It's been so long.
But yeah, if we go back to 2011, going on that topic with the Tengu Plant stuff, this was the period I started getting into the game the most. So I went to Columbus, as I said, afterwards, and Billy was like a god to me because he won the first 2 YCSs I ever attended.
Yeah,
which is kind of mental.
You think you're a god to him now?
I don't think so. I'm pretty friendly with Billy, so I think he sees more as a friend or a peer than anything else.
No, for sure. That's always good.
But yeah, and then from there, I wanted to keep doing road trips to YCSs. So this is when I got more active in the local scene, and I remember doing road trips with a lot of the local guys like you to tournaments. My dad would take a bunch of local guys and myself in the minivan and hop on down to wherever the YCS was, and as long as it was like a 10-hour drive or less.
Yeah.
And the goal was to get better. I remember thinking I'll never top a YCS. Oh, these should be banished. And being very excited to eventually get there. I never would have, like at this point, I never would have thought I would have topped the YCS, or maybe one day I would, but topping or winning a YCS would be a dream. Worlds, hell no. I had no such expectation.
Sure. Would you say it validated all the work you put into the game after topping?
Probably. I got pretty cocky as a kid, something which I'm not happy about, but I was a little too proud of how I was doing.
Yeah. I'm the best now. Or like,
yeah, and this was like a little of like the dark age of Toronto Yu-Gi-Oh scene. Like we had a lot of really good players in the earlier days, but around the mid 2010s, like in terms of credential wise, the player quality dropped pretty noticeably.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that I took that a little bit too seriously, and when I got top 16 at WCQ, then third at Toronto, back to back, I was like, everyone sucks. And then like I was a kid who like lived, breathed, slept Yu-Gi-Oh, so
yeah,
I would be rude to people if they thought they made a mistake, or I was just general arrogant stuff, being a snotty kid, taking the game way too seriously. And I mean, like, I'm ashamed of it, I guess, because like, I mean, something that I would not do now, I think, is pretty poor behavior. But it happened, so I won't deny that part.
Yep. Sure, we all been there.
Yeah. And then on summon,
summon is good. Was this the event where you and your opponent swapped decks accidentally because
the
you guys had the same
WC? No, that was a year later. So that was 2016 WCQ, the match for Worlds. I swapped decks, but it was Burning Abyss, it's a different version.
Oh, I see. Yeah, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so the first year I topped was top sorry. It was top was top 16. It was essentially a match and a half away from the World Championship. Back then, it was top 6 goes to Worlds. And what? All right, seed. It was top 6 goes to Worlds. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, so top 6 goes to the Worlds. So being one match away from top 8, where I'd have a buffer to go to Worlds, was a huge deal. That's not right. And I lost a pretty brutal match to Jarrell Winston in that top 16. And that devastated me because the dream was winning World Championships.
Yeah.
And then the year later was YCS, was the WCQ, and I managed to make it all the way to top 8. And I had a really brutal feature match versus Domain Monarch. What's the card do again?
Just a PK beater.
Effects of Chain Link 1 Graph, Shinji Dante, target.
Yeah.
Graph. Yeah.
So sorry, what were you saying?
But yeah, so I had I had a rough match on feature versus Monarch, which was super unlucky. And I bring it, and then we get the redemption match. I play against somebody in the BA mirror, Jimmy Nguyen, who had also already qualified to Worlds at this point in the previous year. And that was a match that haunted me for quite a bit, because there were two things that happened. I swapped decks with him during the tournament, during the game, and he goes through my deck, looks at all, sees everything, and like I draw for turn before I realize something's wrong, so I draw gold or bar. But in reality, like I shouldn't have drawn the bar for turn, because he'd gone through so many cards. And because it should have been like a double game loss, but because it was on stream match 4 Worlds, they just ruled it as like a blank. Yeah, and the game continued, and I ended up losing the game. I win game 2. I'm going to game 3, and I felt really, really comfortable in the Burning Abyss mirror match.
Yeah.
So we get to game 3, and I was very nervous, and I get to a winning position. And I have a choice of doing the play that almost everyone else would do, and the play that I would always do, which is typically correct. And that is end phase Scarm, search a Burning Abyss name, just keep floating. But what other people do is search tour guide. And this is a lesson that I thought I'd learned years prior, but with all the nerves and the pressure on the line, I reverted, and I went with the play that everyone else was doing, a search tour guide. And this play still wins if my opponent doesn't top deck, specifically Twin Twister. But he does. So because he top decks Twin Twister and now gets to a spot where if I draw dead for turn, I lose. And I did draw dead for turn. So you can blame luck for how that played out, but I should not have been in a spot where, I could lose there.
That's nasty.
So
did that guy win it?
Sorry?
Did he win the event at least?
Well, it was the redemption match. The winner wins to Worlds. So we got top 6.
No.
So I lost the 2 matches, don't go to Worlds. And I'd say that match, while it like haunted me and like broke me, because there were 2 huge errors that I made. The swapping deck and the one big misplay. When I really felt like on top of my game. It was it would kind of build me up and said, all right, now when they announce a new way to qualify for Worlds, I'm on this shit. Like, I'm making sure that I'm qualifying. See your effects.
Oh shit. Keep forgetting to do things. Sorry, what were you saying?
So, and face arm. Let's put back Bubble Man. But yeah, no, I'd say like that defined me, my character. Like the 2 back-to-back years being close to Worlds and getting my shit kicked in.
So would you say this is something, this moment, this duel, is what haunts you the most in your whole career, or is there something that
it is the duel that like haunted me the most and it forced me to grow the most.
No, fair enough. And ever since, it never happened again.
Yeah, shuffle back the Bubble Man, by the way, into the deck.
Which one?
Couple men.
Oh man, okay. Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched One Piece, but when Zoro gets cut up by Mihawk, he's like, "I'm never gonna lose again." It's kind of like that for you.
I have watched One Piece. I only watched it somewhat recently. What the fuck is this? I only watched it somewhat recently. This is
Yeah,
like 2 years ago, so newer fan, but I do know what you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah. To this day, he still never lost, so he's doing it. Uh, do, do, do. So what would you say the biggest lesson you learned from that event was? Just to like watch
Not
over your own card.
well. No. I mean, it was the mistake with the searching tour guide, and just like really trusting my own thoughts instead of the common play. I really feel this
Mm,
now as someone who is the person telling people what to do is the common play. Knowing why to do something is more important than knowing what the standard line is, because oftentimes you have to
yeah,
pivot and do other things. But even then, like
yeah.
sometimes the quote unquote best players aren't like doing a shit ton of prep or format familiarity. They just have good fundamentals. I'll say that now, like I don't do a ton of practicing, but I'll get away
Mhm.
with doing well just because my fundamentals are stronger than most other players.
For sure. And fundamentals, like you know what all those cards do, whereas someone who just jumped in playtest with just meta, they don't know the old stuff that's like now rogue kind of thing.
Um, I'll say it's intuition, learning when to play for value, being able to adapt in weird spots, reading body language, and sometimes even
Yeah,
just being able to cope under pressure.
fair enough. Was there ever, I guess, a duel or game where you felt like the most pressure? Like, it was your first feature match or something? Or what would
Those
you
two
say?
feature matches in 2016 were probably the most. It was my first time on
Yeah,
feature, and
yeah.
qualifying for World Championship would have been insane. It would have been the dream. Coming so far from the last year and like really, really connecting with my deck. Oops. And just then falling short.
Fair enough. For someone that goes to Worlds like every year now, what would you say your dream is now?
I don't really have one competitively. I'm pretty happy with where I am. That's why I say I've chilled out in terms of competitiveness. I still enjoy playing the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it as much. I'm gonna go to YouTube and working on just thinking in response
Yeah,
to the call.
yeah, no
Um,
worries.
working on I guess more like life goal stuff, not Yu-Gi-Oh related.
Yeah, fair. What is that? That puts it back in the deck.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is fun. Forgot how hard BA was.
like to clear.
Um,
This deck is just a stall deck pretty much.
yeah.
Like a lot of my win conditions from back then, people don't realize. I think like Seldat is this deck was all about patience. It was the single most important thing to mastering it and the mirror match. And
Yeah.
little kid me just thought about this shit all day. So when it came to knowing when to strike and when to be patient, I was very good at it, and everyone else just was a step behind in the mirror.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, the mirror you could just get away with decking your opponent out because they were too aggressive. And that
Yeah.
is genuinely how a lot of my matches boiled down to back then, which is kind of insane.
You won a lot of decks or a lot of duels with deck out?
A lot in this format.
That's crazy. Oh, just because like mirror and stuff, right?
The mirror and
And then
Necros, yeah, they just run out of cards. Like, and the mirror people go Dante Mill 3, and it's just like, well, I know deck out's an option, so I'm not even gonna consider that. Um,
yeah.
and the Mill 3 accomplishes nothing because if they have 25 defense, you 25 attack, you just still can't attack them. And you don't need more graveyard
Yeah.
effects. You only have 3, and you always have access to them. So it really doesn't accomplish anything.
That's the problem I'm having right now.
Yep, that's how a lot of games devolved back then. My Firelight got banished though by Darklaw because I had to stabilize turn 1. That makes it a bit harder for
Yeah.
me to guarantee the win. I'm actually have to fight through this board a little more fairly.
Oh, you needed the Fire Lake?
The Fire Lake is like one of the end board pieces. Like once you set up like a solid lock, you
Oh,
you'll have Fire Lake and Traveler Burning Abyss to nuke 3 cards per turn, and there's
oh
not really a
shit.
way to stop it.
It's nasty.
So
Man.
eventually you win that way. But yeah, without that, I have to actually try to fight through the field a little bit more. Eventually, right now my draws are pretty poo, so I can't.
Mass charge good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, let's see. What's the sackiest moment you ever remember doing to someone? If you
The
were to just
sackiest
say,
moments. I
yeah.
don't know how many come to mind exactly, but
Or the sacky moment. Any could be any. It doesn't have
yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah. No,
sadness.
I do have one. I know where I remember at a regionals when I was doing the World's Points grind in 2018.
Yeah.
My I'm playing for somebody with Pendulum FTK, and I was pretty down bad in the game state. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can't win this. And I'm looking over and I'm like, wait, if I put this in the extra deck with this effect, I get one random draw later in the turn. If that one later draw is Pot of Desires, draw 2, and is specifically Instant Fusion, and Pendulum Gate 0, I win the game. So I'm like, well, do I win? Do I have any way to win? I'm like, no. So I played my out, and I drew the card into this. So I drew the Desires, and I desired into the 2 I needed. I'm like, well, that's crazy. So I have to gate him, and he lost. And that one is probably like the by numbers sackiest it's been. That one's pretty brutal for my opponent.
I remember you played like a slash draw deck. Like you're the reason it got limited,
Yeah,
right?
that deck was not luck though. It was all just
You can
calculations.
manipulate.
It's so cancer. Saryuja Skuldred is a link 4 monster. Lets you draw 4 with 3 bottom of your deck. So you pretty much don't manipulate your deck order, or don't search your deck, and you draw 4, stack the bottom of your deck, then deep draw your entire deck until you know the bottom cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you know the bottom cards, you yeah, that's what you do. It's really stupid.
And did you win an event that? Was that like a YCS deck or what was
No, it was a YCS deck, but we did not win YCS with it.
Oh, that would have been sick. How do you handle pressure now that
I think for me it
you
was
have
always just getting used to it. It was acclimation was the best solution. So I would get nervous for a long time, even as round 1 at a YCS. But eventually doing it enough times, just no longer nervous. Same for even top cuts at YCSs, and now I got to a finals, I'm not really even feeling it. But I put less pressure on myself. I don't care as much, and I've been there before. So yeah. I mean, those aren't really always the most helpful. Besides, just keep doing it, and eventually you get a solution.
Mm-hmm. Is there any misplays that still haunt you ever?
I mean, the one from WCQ hurts me a lot.
For sure. Acid effect.
Yeah, he got booked. Lance. Let's go. Target this.
That is good. Anything else?
Let's go with this. Target that. Before the Lance, obviously, so we'll resolve.
Yeah. What was the first thing you did after you made top cut? Or did you call your dad?
My dad was there, so this was when I was still a kid and he was traveling with us. But
yeah.
We're being super excited about it, and I think I was just super excited. I don't think I did anything in specific.
Yeah.
I was locked in on the next step, which was doing well in the tournaments.
For sure. Whoa, what's that one? What? That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's that plus Firelink is the combo to like keep you in the Genjutsu. It's just summon back a bunch of guys, nuke your field, rinse, repeat. So you get to like drag stack your deck, and then Backjack will set the top card. So I know what it is. Aha. And there we go.
So you said that, yeah, you used to breathe, sleep Yu-Gi-Oh. What was your playtesting like back in those days?
It was always
It's
just
just like
locals. It was always just go to
yeah.
locals. Like every time and any chance I could, I go to locals. And one of the biggest things that helped me grow as a player were
Mhm.
these
World points.
YOCC. No, before that YOCC type they were called. They were just local cash tournaments in the Greater Toronto area that started picking up steam in the mid 2010s eras, and that picked up my quality of play because I met other players of better and equal skill quality in the Toronto area. Got better myself. Was more competitive scene. It was just good for the entire community to grow. And I met a lot of people through that as well, which I'm super thankful for. But that was a huge part of the journey.
Sure. It's always the friends you make along the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Your board is so scary. It's like it's just two downward magicians, but you get rid of them and a lot's
It's
gonna
like just
happen.
quadruple floaters. Yeah.
That's crazy. But gotta do what I gotta do.
All right. Chainlink 1, Dante. Chainlink 2, Dante. Chainlink 3, Graph. Yeah. Yeah.
When did you start doing those world points? Was that this year or
So they got announced in the January of 2017. And the first time it got announced, it was specific to um country. So nowadays it mixes US and Canada, but for that year specifically, it was Canada separate. And I remember when it announced, I really wanted to go to Worlds because obviously it was like the thing I had just missed out on.
yeah?
And I told my dad, all right, let's go to the Ottawa Regional the next week, and then the Toronto Regionals the week after, which is just over home. So we go to Ottawa and then Toronto. Let's see if I can close this 80-point gap to some degree, and if I can I try? Like it's my dream. Like I think I can do it. And again, the
Mhm.
Toronto scene was lower quality than it is today. My rival now won, Matt Van Heuvel, still an excellent player, was an excellent player, but
Mhm.
the overall quality of play, like a lot of the good names you'll hear about now from Toronto, did not exist, or were
Mhm.
not as competitive, or just didn't travel. Like I think of someone
Mhm.
else around that time who was playing actively and had credentials was James Kim, didn't really travel like that, or
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so I went to the Auto Regional and I remember going undefeated, and then I went undefeated at Toronto the next weekend. So I got straight up just closed the distance, and then Detroit was the next weekend. It's also a 4 hour drive, and I went undefeated at that one as well. Oh, well, maybe it wasn't Detroit; it was Pittsburgh, which is for 5 hours.
Okay.
But between those 5 hours, or between those 3 weekends, I clawed my way back up to being tied for first, pretty much. And my dad's like, "Okay, yeah, we can give this a shot." So, um, that was what got me into it. Um,
Did Matt Vandenheuvel come second to you
yeah,
after all
so
that?
that was the closest year for World Points I ever had. So I did qualify. I got first that year. Matt did get second. It was extremely close. And every other year since then, it's not really been close.
No, for
Oh, hold on, I
sure.
have to count before you do this.
Okay.
Before I get Exiton for my life.
Okay.
5, 7. I have 8. But
And then going
you're
after
good.
traveling
You're good.
to these regionals and stuff, is this kind of like where people started knowing your name and got to become like the regional
It
legend.
was progressive. Some people would recognize me from regionals, especially if they're from the Midwest or Northeast. They may recognize
Mhm.
me a little more. I have no response here. You're good.
Okay.
Um,
I don't
but
even know it.
yeah,
Mm.
I wouldn't say I was super well known. It's a slow buildup of notoriety because I qualified for Worlds 2017 and I at the time had 4 top cuts, which is not a ton, but is something.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah, good.
yeah, that's fine.
Mm. And I remember doing some of the road trips for you on those events. Those were good times.
They were fun. I remember my dad's car. We had Melee set up in the back. We had a little small screen to play Melee, Double Dash, Mario Party, and then we also had
Yeah,
some movies. I remember hearing Goodfellas from the front seat several times.
yeah. And I remember your dad had some good tunes too. Like, yeah, he always
Yeah,
played some
yeah.
good music. Yeah, no, I don't think anyone's road trip is like that. Those ones, with
Those were a core part of my childhood for sure.
When was it when your dad stopped doing the road trips? It's just kind of like growing up to go on your own kind of thing with your friends.
So after the qualifying for World 2017, that was like the last hurrah. That was a bit unfortunate. Like part of the upside to that was, in theory, my dad gets to go with me to the World Championship because I was under 18.
Yeah,
So we we planned that, and then we go to the World Championship. Oh, sorry. Wait.
all good, all good.
Sure, I'll add back Seer. I'll set a card. Yep. Yeah, no. So I go to the World Championship, and then he gets food poisoning that sends him to the hospital in Japan. So the entire free trip for him, my quote unquote repayments, is just worthless. Like, well, I mean, obviously not worthless, but like, he just didn't get to enjoy it. Didn't get to watch me play either,
Yeah,
which really sucks for him.
yeah, that is. I remember
Mm,
one year you went with Sam as your
no, that was Gabe
chaperone.
Vargas. I never did
Oh,
that. Yeah.
Gabe was your chaperone. So tell me more about that trip, I guess.
So that was the year after in 2018 World Championship.
Mhm.
Gabe qualified to Worlds and he was under 18, so we had to bring a Guardian, and he
Yeah.
brought Sam, which ended up being a problem for
Oh,
Konami. Yeah.
why was that a problem?
Sam is not
Or
actually his guardian, obviously.
no, he's old enough to look at him, look after him. No,
He was like 19. He should not have been the guy's guardian.
that's funny. I don't know. I would have allowed it. So what? They're giving issues for that?
um, it was not great. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then that was the one where you went undefeated in Swiss, and
Yeah.
then
So I went undefeated in Swiss in that, and then I in the last round of Swiss got paired down to somebody who was
yeah,
X1, and I beat them. I liked my deck a lot for that tournament. I was feeling very confident with everything,
yeah,
and then then I what's it called? I play top 8 and I got paired down to him, so I play him again,
yeah.
and I had really unlucky in
Like a brick.
in bricking in game 2 and 3 in really bad ways, and in both games I'm able to stabilize and then just still lose to top deck later. So I remember that being pretty rough for me.
What was the deck
It
you were on? And he.
was Goki.
Oh,
Anything on
this
someone?
is when you did the U lock.
Yes. Yeah, the very cancer deck. This entirety of 2018. Some of the worst years for Yu-Gi-Oh! In terms of gameplay quality.
Yeah, U lock is crazy. I heard they're trying to do like a V lock thing. I don't know if that was real. But it's
I mean
crazy.
it can, but now you can summon extra deck monsters to not in the extra monster zone.
Yeah,
It doesn't actually matter.
that's true. It's not as bad as before. It's crazy how Yu-Gi-Oh is just like that. Let me just build a whole board and then you can't play now. But that is what Yu-Gi-Oh is now. Still.
I think a lot of the time it ends up not being that bad because you can break the fields, but when you aren't able to break the field after the setup, then it's just terrible. Which does happen from time to time, and that's not engaging at all.
Yeah. But as the game. Let's see. What's one thing you remember vividly that most people would have forgotten?
Huh. Good question. I don't actually know. I don't know if I have an elegant answer to this one.
All good. If you can live a match from the event, the one where you first won, which one would it be? Or which match?
That I won? First one that I won? So the next format? Or
What yeah, anyway, any match. Is there a match that you like was so good that you ever want to play again? Or relive?
like the hypeness of it?
Yeah, exactly. Or it's just like at the end of it, like that was a good game. Like,
Probably some amounts of the tier element games from my 2022 streak. I don't know if there were any in specific that call out because that entire format was very complex and
was that
interesting.
the Shizu ones?
Yeah, yeah. I was a fan of all of that, so
Yeah, for sure.
I would run back a lot of those formats, a lot of those games.
Yeah, I played in that tier limit format. I guess we'll call it your Niagara time, and then after that, when I went to Shizu's, I stepped out because it just got too crazy. I just see like 20 cards on the table, and it was just
I
everyone's turn
loved it.
became
I loved it.
it's our turn. Like,
No, that's I love that. Like I don't have to deal with being floodgated out. Like I can interact and stop it, or I don't know. I was a fan.
No, it's cool. It's cool. In hindsight, I wish I did play it because it did look fun. It was fun because I played it with the baby ones when they all got limited. And I'm like, oh, this is not bad. But playing it with full power, I'm sure it was different.
All right, I gotta start turning on the heat
Start,
a little bit.
start what?
Attacking
Yeah.
4 cards in deck.
Yeah.
I can't say I had the most thought out game plan versus heroes, so
Yeah.
Shadow must have put back. Yeah, I should have known. I mean, I wouldn't have spent time thinking about that beforehand.
No, for sure, for sure.
Is there another mass change? 3 engrave.
No, sadly no. Oh, everything's all good.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Extonite's good. Like,
I mean, we're equal, so you can't even Exciton, right?
exactly. This thing seems good. I don't know
Hell
why it's
no.
never made. Oh.
No, I've had this for like 20 turns. This is not letting that happen.
Yeah. Right when I discovered it in my shit. So you get after your first top, you would I guess your goal change. You want to get your first win, or
yeah. I became qualifying for Worlds, and the first win were key parts of it for me.
for sure. How come you were never aggressive with this Dante this whole time? Just sitting there.
So I'll duck out.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh,
Call of the Haunted.
targeting Castel, I guess.
Sure.
Is your boy okay?
I'll take 1,000. Let's try this again. And we'll continue again.
That's crazy.
What's that? Fiendish Chain? Do I have to protect my life points on that? Surely not. 18 off the top. What do you have left?
Not much. He has to mill 3 or 1, 2, 3. It's like a trooper.
I think it's up to 3.
Yeah. So it's up to 3.
Hmm. No, I think I just chill. Should be fine. I think I don't know what 2-card combination kills me here. Okay, that's scary. I don't know what that does.
It special summons a hero from my deck.
Yeah, I mean, what comes next, right?
I know. And that's all that comes out of it. Um,
Um, this is annoying.
No, you're good. Yeah, you get a nice little buff.
Buff and kill me. Yeah, that's
Why would it
swell
kill
idea.
you? Why would it kill you? Um, whoa.
Let's go seer effect target Farfa.
So the materials fell off? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Farfa kills itself. Farfa effect target my monster.
You're a monster?
Yeah.
Okay. It banishes it, right?
Yep. Both Dante
Then?
effects.
Oh wow.
This is my very dumb way of getting a guy big enough to attack over your Shadow Mist.
No effect.
I goddamn hope so.
Hey, no. That was good. I like that.
Yeah, this dies in the end phase.
And
All
this
right.
thing comes back? Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
Farfa brings it back. I don't want it to come back, but I don't have a choice in that matter.
Alright. Battle opponent's monster. Okay, so I don't really have to worry about that.
Not really. All right. This dies. Target the Dante.
Yeah.
You.
I'm getting rocked. I'll scoop this one.
The scoop.
I'll scoop. We'll go to the next format.
I was about to say, yeah, do you want to play more? Yeah, like, I don't know if you knew that going in. The way my deck plays, it takes forever.
Yeah, I ran out of questions. Okay. I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Oh, so you know.
So this is the format where you've had your first YCS victory.
It is.
Like the moment that every competitor player dreams about.
Yep. So essentially qualified for Worlds in 2017 and got to meet a lot of international players. And throughout the regional grind journey as well, I'd met a ton of duelists who were good as well and who were traveling. And it inspired me to start dueling more myself, start traveling. And I'd finally finished high school, so entered university. With that freedom, I wanted to sightsee, travel, whatever. And I ended up booking YCS Dallas about 2 months after Worlds. So it would be my first foreign YCS. And I didn't do too hot at that one, but I'm pretty good at learning from my mistakes. So I got very good at it. And I'm thinking here. I'll do this.
Okay.
I end up learning that I think you want to go second in this format from other people's experiences. For example, someone who's my friend now, Ryan Levine, talks about how after getting top 4 at the event in Dallas, he won $1 all weekend. and I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it was better for him that he lost those die rolls. So I ended up choosing a blind second deck for the YCS in London the week after, which I didn't intend on traveling abroad, like overseas at that point. But when I booked my flight to Texas, it was the same cost and about the same travel distance to just go to London. I'm like, I'll just do that too. And I have people to go with me. Shout out to Tristan and Shaq. My first time traveling overseas for the event outside of Worlds was with my family. And I remember being pretty nervous round one, thinking, what am I doing? This blind second deck might be total load of bullshit. And it worked pretty well. So obviously in retrospect, pretty happy. But yeah, that was the first YCS one.
Yeah. And then this is the one where you destroyed the kid on stream?
No, so it was a year afterwards. That was 2018 in an FTK format. So in Europe used to do, and they changed it because of what happened in that feature match. They used to feature the previous year YCS's winner in round one. So I won London 2017, so I was automatically the feature for round one of YCS London 2018. They didn't check who my opponent was playing, they didn't check who my opponent was, or how old they were, nothing. They just automatically put me on feature. If they had checked, they would have seen us playing versus someone who was essentially only there to let's call trap. We're only there to no. So the way it works is reveal the top card of your deck. If I call it right, if must spell trap, then it dies.
Oh, okay.
And then the card goes back.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what led into that infamous feature match.
Okay, because I was wondering, like, they looked at a deck and they're just like, yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I don't think they didn't think that through ahead. So yeah, if you don't mill the top card of your deck, we'll get to see it that way.
I milled my card?
Yeah, it's the top card of your deck, not my deck.
Okay, sorry.
Spell. Oh, that's a nice draw. Okay.
It goes back on top?
It goes back on top. So probably the most toxic part of this deck is a card in my deck that looks at the top three of your deck and stacks them.
Yeah.
That part is not fun. I hate that dynamic in the game, which is part of
it's kind of like
meta Yu-Gi-Oh right now.
Yeah, it's like cool tune.
yeah. I mean, all right. Resort effect to search.
Yeah. Is this the one with the level 1 machine guy and then you machine dupe it?
It is. So back at this YCS, I did play machine dupe. I did not play Spiral Tough. And then about a week or like 2 days after the YCS, there was an emergency ban list that limited both the level 1 machines in this deck. People then switched fully to going second. They embraced it and then played Spiral Tough instead. But in retrospect, we're pretty sure that Tough is so much more better going second anyways that I'd rather just play the Tough version regardless. So I'm trying that. But yeah, I'll call Spell. We already know what the top card is. You have to reveal it. And then effect on someone to destroy, and I'll target this.
And it's destroyed.
Yeah.
And then you won that event where you FTK'd the kid too?
No, so that one's very ironic. He didn't drop. He kept playing afterwards. So
he carried.
No, he kept losing and destroyed my tiebreakers. And I went X2 that event, and I got 33rd. So...
but had he dropped, it would have been way better.
Yeah, it would have been better. It would have been better. I'll call effect on spell again. You ever any response or no?
Yeah. What happens
on this card? If it resolves, lets me add or special summon a spiral from my deck of grave.
Okay, I will strike it.
Yeah, no, this is the nuts card.
Okay. I thought you won that event with that because that combo was crazy.
Yeah, no, that was not an event I won, but was a crazy event regardless.
Yeah, for sure. I will
Soul Charge. Yeah, it's crazy. That card is just not in this deck because the battle phase mattered quite a bit.
Yeah.
That should have been the sign that going second would be better. If you can't like comfortably Soul Charge because your board's going to get broken anyway, it probably shouldn't be going first. And people just did not realize that.
Flowchart is crazy.
I cannot believe that card was legal for 5 years.
Yeah.
So let me read Toad real quick. Toad says spell trap card or monster effect. Okay, so we can't stop a card in the field. Good to know.
The event you won, was there any deck that you were afraid of facing, or everything you were kind of like prepared for?
So the first win was the best deck. It was tier 0 by a landslide. At Dallas 30 out of top 32. We're playing the same deck. I played 2 non-spiral decks the entire YCS, 16 rounds when I won.
That's crazy.
So yeah. Let's just do this. I'll call spell.
After winning, sure.
Ugh.
It goes. You decide where it goes, or
Yeah, it always goes to the top. Always at the top. Yeah.
Yeah. So after your first win, did you decide like, hey, I did everything I wanted to do, or are you still just like, no, I'm gonna win
Nah, I
another
still
now?
had the ambition, and then I became requalified for Worlds. So I did the Worlds points grind again, and I wanted to win more YCSs because all the best players in history, or I guess the majority of them, have won multiple events. So
Yeah.
I wanted to keep
Going back to, like,
pushing,
the SGC days.
keep pushing boundaries.
Yeah. It's going back to like all those SGC days, right? Those pros.
Yeah, exactly, right? Or Billy Break.
Exactly. You're
Right?
God.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call Monster, target that. Okay, letting it die.
So would you say after your first win, it made you hungrier?
Um, I think it made me hungrier. Yeah, I think I was ambitious to keep going afterwards. I didn't really want to slow down. I wanted to keep doing better.
Yeah.
And obviously, again, with Billy being a big inspiration for me, I wanted to do the back to back, the thing that he did. I did not do well at the next tournament. I overcooked something which I'd still not fully gotten the hold of. I mean, I was getting better at it, but obviously, I'd continue improving throughout the years.
What did you overcook?
I just tried too hard to use one of the new cards, Try Get Wizard, to make a combo version of Spiral. I should have just stuck with the Go Second version. And that was just silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, did have stuff to learn in that regard, but that's all right. Learning.
Would you still try to solve it today? Do you think it's easier to solve now, knowing everything in the future?
Absolutely, it's easier with past knowledge.
Yeah, future knowledge. Looking back, what do you think was the biggest reason you finally broke through?
The biggest reason I finally broke through, I think, just trusting myself and continuing to think logically. So separating like feelings of towards a card, or also getting emotions get in my way for after losses. I'll call Monster again.
Okay.
Spell. Nice.
Destroyed me.
Well, it's main phase 2. But yeah, so those were big. I'd say those was probably like the biggest ones. At the hand. Let's do Roxy.
Who's someone that had a huge impact on your career but rarely gets the recognition they deserve?
I don't know if I could boil it down to one person, because it's a lot of, I'd say, the local card masters people that kept me in the game, was the reason like I had so much fun doing it. And the card masters people also spans like almost a decade of my life, and so even the people in card masters would rotate in and out depending on how much involvement they had in the game at any given time. So
Sure.
I'm not sure exactly what I'd limit it to.
Yeah.
But there are a ton of people. All right,
Was preparation for this event any different from all your previous events?
I did a lot of math. It was pretty much not long after I'd learned how to do statistics. I'm on targets.
Yeah.
In school, like a hypergeometric distribution. So I put effort into learning that, and I think it helped me a fair bit. So I'd say it was a decent call.
So with the hypergeometric calculator, is there more to know than what your calculations can do from that you're applying when you do
Well, I was
your
kind of just looking
building?
for trying to make it so that it had ideal amount of hand traps in my deck, ideal number of starter cards, and number of extenders. And looking at like first differences when you add a card, seeing how much the redundancy matters. And one thing
Yeah.
I found was, I think a 40 card deck, and you want to draw exactly one copy of a card.
Yeah.
If you add the fifth copy, you add you add equal percentage points for chance of drawing exactly one, as you do drawing multiples. So to draw multiples is bad. Your sixth copy and onwards, you're adding more negative outcomes than positive outcomes to your deck, right? So unless you really need to draw the card every hand, like as an integral part of your deck, 5 is where I try keep the numbers. So decks that don't need to normal summon, for example, but like you really suffer because they're combo next to you when you draw multiples, I'll try and stick towards 5 normal summons. And that is something I picked up around this time. I don't think I used that 5 ratio in my spiral deck, but it's something I would use later on in that year.
I see. And this is when you started using Fossil Dig and Gillosaurus and stuff like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
Let's
cool.
destroy these 3.
Destroying which ones? My
Both
Bahamut.
Bahamut Sharks, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll draw a card from Assaults. And then I'll start follow up.
Did winning change how players viewed you, or what was that like?
I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. There are some people may have noticed, but my win got pretty overshadowed by the balance that happened like pretty much on my flight home from London. And any relevancy my theory had for the YCS kind of got overlooked.
Yeah.
So it. Don't you have control the monsters for this? Yeah. Oh, face of monsters. Damn, I did not even know that. Okay.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, what were you saying?
If you're gonna use the effective search, I'll chain to pop to.
Yeah. This one Sleeper's doing that?
Yeah.
And then yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think people kind of didn't put too much thought into who I was at that point yet, but I had pretty consistent, decent results for the rest of the season onwards. Thinking here, so that's card's mass change, so you can go. Acid lowers the monster attack of your own monsters or my monsters.
Your monsters by 300.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Is your guy untargetable or he is targetable?
The spiral monsters are untargetable.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do that.
Sure. I mean, bounce.
Who's bouncing it?
Firewall Dragon.
Oh, yes. On my screen it was blank, but it's fine. Ugh.
Oh, you can't see what it is?
Yeah. It's all good, all good. Okay, let's see. You ever go back and look at that stream where you destroyed that kid and just laugh at it, or?
Oh yeah, a ton. And my now as a content creator, it gets brought up a lot.
Yeah.
So you gotta embrace it. The same as like the shame with like being a worse person as a kid. Like it's in line with just laughing at the past. I think I'll Ghost Trigger this.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, deck is not built for heroes, obviously. I had cherries in my hand last game. It's so useless.
It's okay.
Yeah. I know that's part of the point of playing a rogue deck is not getting hit with a lot of those nonsense cards.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Sorry.
Me FTKing a little kid. Yeah,
Yes.
there's a video on the internet called Jesse Kotton brutally murders small child, and it's like one of those ARG edit style videos of that feature match, which is 70,000 views, a little ridiculous, but people have fun with it. So,
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I don't regret what I did. Like, I think like treating your opponent's perspective is playing properly. I didn't know he was playing a junk deck.
No, for sure. You're there to do your thing, so you did your thing. I get it. No, that's fun. I haven't seen that one though. I feel like I should check it out. Man's change. Good.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna use miss when your thing resolves.
Yeah. Let's banish. Can I do goods for goods? I can. Whatever.
How did your confidence feel after you won or things like that? Like, what changed for you?
Oh, my confidence got way better. Honestly, too much. Like, because I overcooked the next YCS. Like sometimes, whenever you first get your first bits of confidence, I think you need to get hit down a few times to learn where you actually stand, and to keep holding your skills. Otherwise, you don't actually grow. And I'd say most of the times when I got ahead of myself with how good I thought I was, I had that reality check, which I think was important. It was better for me. Instead of continuing some lucky spree. Because looking back, like the YCS after London, I could have done way better. I prepared poorly. I had bad theory. And I got punished. Deservedly so. I did terrible.
Yeah. Fair enough. What was the event after?
It was YCS San Diego. The Spiral still won that one, but not me.
Mm-hmm. Gateway to Chaos. Do you use this on your side if you ever draw it?
No, so I drew that card last game. It's unusable. Part of why you play that card is it mandatory searches. So you can't activate it unless you play a target. So, and the field spell is the by far best card in this deck and in the mirror match.
Yeah.
So it is a floodgate. It's a little sketch in the time because some people were actually just playing the bricks to search off the field spell. So they could activate it, and like the card, it adds like level 4 vanilla. So it's rough.
It's funny. Does this card add the new Blackluster stuff?
Yes, it can. It's technically playable in that regard. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But then none of the new Blacklusters are the cards you actually want to search, though.
Oh, I see. Some of that thing's good.
Debating if I want to search first. What's more important? It's tonight.
What deck did you play for Nationals?
I played the new Chaos Yugi deck.
Oh, okay.
I ended up playing the main event. There's a Rainbow Dragon giant card, so I just dropped to go play that. And yeah, it's chill. I qualified for Worlds, so figured I'd enjoy myself.
How many giant cards did you leave with that from that event?
Yeah, I had 3 because I had 2 from the winning the prize cards or winning the YCSs.
Yeah. When you win from like a different continent, do they mail that to you, or how does that work?
Yeah, you still get it. It just like it goes to North American because you get it months later.
Oh. And then that one you got the Ojama Trio?
Yeah. Yes, that'll come to me later. I think they said that one was late because they technically didn't know if they could do the GB artworks and stuff because I asked for the GB Ojama Trio. They never said they never put it on their like rules that I couldn't pick a chibi. They said it did get approved in the end. They just needed to go through the rounds and checks first.
Yeah.
It's called Spell Target.
It destroys it?
Only if I had a spell on the top of your deck.
It is a trick.
I don't think I've called right a single time.
I mean, you called it right, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's part of what you have to do. I'll call trap this time. I will not pop your face down card.
Okay. So why Ojama Trio?
Ojama is one of the decks I've always enjoyed. I like all the janky stuff like Toon. So Ojama was one of them that I enjoyed, and then it became a thing in my Twitch chat where like I crashed out on stream when Ojama, so there's a card called Ultra Magic when it goes from, I'm sure you know, but for the viewers, it goes to grade from the hand or field. You add one each of Ojama yellow, green, and black. So it generates value, and that's part of how you convert value in shitty Ojama decks. And I wanted to showcase my Ojama deck on stream, so I'm playing it. And in 2 back-to-back games and 60 cards, I had like lethal set up, and my draw for turn was Ojama green. And it bricks the entire combo. Because I can no longer resolve my Ultra Magics.
Oh, yeah.
And like 2 back-to-back games, I was like, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that was really, really rough. And I made like a bit of a sound bit out of that, like saying me just cussing out Ojama green, and that like became like a running joke on the channel.
Yeah.
And from that, like Ojama's been kind of tied to identity, and I'm like Ojamas, so I was super okay doing that. And then yeah, that's kind of just why it was a runaway thing.
Did any of you guys have graveyard effects?
Graveyard effects? No.
No. Alrighty.
Bye. You gotta set Call of the Haunted.
Yeah.
Okay. You really need back removal in this matchup to deal with the resort. This card is so broken.
Yeah, this thing's crazy.
Resort effect to search?
Yeah. No, Oja Magic is sick. I'm sure you already did. Make one of those videos like, let's make Ojama's meta.
I've done it twice, yeah. That's one of the more requested themes. And one of my favorite duels in that series was like a 45-minute duel with Ojama Paleo versus Blue Eyes, where like I had just crazy grinds in order to do well.
And you did well.
I did
no
get
more,
there.
No more Ojama green bricks.
Okay.
Yeah. You can...
Where's my quick fix? Did I use quick fix? Oh, I did use quick fix. Oh, I made an oopsie. Okay.
It's crazy that little doctor scientist looking guy is a machine.
Yeah, for machine dupe.
Yeah. It's like you're a guy.
Alright. Now this one lets me look at your top 3 cards and stack them.
Okay. So
I will do that.
Oh what? That's sick.
Oh my god, okay, so yeah, you can enjoy 2 consecutive dead cards.
Is it into the void,
It's 2 solemn strikes.
That hurts too.
Yeah. And then I'll banish 3. Someone's sleeper.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
I mean, this is just like the dad or Chaos Orc of the format. This card is just crazy.
Yeah.
This is the reason the deck is even like viable. I probably would have searched and find Drum, but let's just try go game.
I will. I initially wanted Dark Law, but I can't even.
I mean, I'll just go in battle phase, pop both your monsters, and redeclare.
Because he says what?
It's so crazy. Job position start to spiral you control on 2 cards opponent. Pop them.
And it's quick effect?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, you got it.
Now this was a 2-0 deck. It's not supposed to be fair for you.
Okay. Okay, so we gone from your beginnings in GOAT all the way to becoming the most accomplished player in the world. What was it like becoming a Master Duel World Champion?
Oh, I mean, it meant everything to me. I remember being in the finals, and we talked about earlier my most nervous I've been during a match. If it wasn't the nationals I talked about earlier, it was the finals. I remember like bad habits I had as a kid reappearing for that. Like I remember when I was younger, I used to chew on like my hoodie strings.
Yeah.
And I noticed in the finals, I watched back footage. I'm just chewing on my lanyard, and like, damn, I don't even remember doing that. But it was obviously no bueno. That was the goal we worked for. We tried so hard to make that a reality. So being able to accomplish that is insane.
For sure. How different is it from winning a world championship compared to winning a YCS?
Everyone's different. For like Ryan, my teammate, he just won the WCQ and TCG. He's never won a TCG event before, but he's won Master Duel Worlds. He's won Master Duel events plenty. So winning the thing he hadn't won before meant a lot to him. So for me as a YCS champion, multi-YCS champion, when I'd won Worlds, it meant way, way more. Well, I have to mention in general, winning Worlds is the goal, so it carries more weight.
No, for sure. Out of everything you've accomplished, what's the achievement you're most proud of that isn't a championship?
There's a few good candidates, but one that happened shortly after winning Worlds, which I am pretty proud of, is I got top 32 at a YCS with Crystal Beast, going undefeated in Swiss. I only lost top cut because I punted, so I actually think my deck was pretty good, and I could have gone further, but to me it was like a huge accomplishment because it's not a simple endeavor.
For which one?
Top 32 with Crystal Beast.
Oh yes. No, that's pretty awesome. Did you just like that deck because it's Jesse Anderson, or is it just?
No, I've always kind of liked the deck. Another one of the jank decks I always liked, and I think the new support is from 2022 is a ton of fun. So I wanted to keep at that.
Yeah, I remember seeing you do some crazy things with that. They have like an Omni Negate and stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, the new. I don't even think I play the Omni Negate in the new support, but the spells are crazy quality extenders. The deck doesn't have endboard pieces though, so you have to mix other engines. So for that one, I mixed with Snake Eye, but it's all sort of the same.
I needed that call by.
Yeah, I didn't like it, so.
You won every major TCG region. You're undisputed UDS champion and world champion. Is there anything still left on your competitive bucket list? Are you trying to win a nationals or a YCS in Asia?
Winning YCS in Asia would be pretty cool, but you're currently qualified for them because you need to enter lottery to get them, and then for Japan specifically, it's also open to Japanese residents only. So I can't even try and enter.
Oh, I thought it was just like the lottery thing. You can't even do the lottery.
No, it's kind of cancer. But they have YOTs, which are like the closest thing to it, and they hold those in Singapore, Indonesia, whatever. And it'd be cool to go to one of those. I've never been. I'd like to at some point, but it is far, so I have to really make sure it's worth my time and money. And maybe one day. As for winning at WCQ, that does not really interest me, truthfully.
Yeah, it's just like you already best in the world. Why do I need to be best in?
So that's like it's winning a specific event doesn't mean a whole lot to me, and I don't know. It just doesn't. Maybe it's less competitive. I don't really mind too much. I didn't play the main event this weekend. Like I had no desire. To me, the Rainbow Dragon Giant card was much cooler than than winning the WCQ or giving the effort in there.
And what era of your career are you most nostalgic for?
Probably two separate stints. The one was the Thunder Dragon era of 2019, the first half of it.
Yeah.
Probably when I felt the best I've been. I felt very proficient with that deck. Had a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! At that point. And I had very strong stretches. I think I had some bad luck on that, otherwise I would have done even better. But yeah, I loved that deck. And the other one would be the tier stuff.
Yeah. Has your definition of success changed over the years?
No. I mean, I guess over the long course, sure. Like the goal has gotten bigger and bigger to eventually be the world championship. And I guess now you can say it's gone lesser, where now it's just enjoying myself, which thankfully I do for the most part still.
How about becoming a world champion in the TCG? I know.
Nah,
You already said that.
I don't really have ambitions for it. Like, I didn't try qualify for Worlds this year for TCG. Had my Master qualification, and that was more than enough, and I decided, chill.
Are you like 9 times in a row going to Worlds? Is that, or how many?
7. Yeah. So pretty much ever since that year where I got 7th in top 6 goes, I've qualified every year since. It's kind of the thing that kicked me down, got back up, and never let it happen again.
Yeah, like Zoro, bro.
So far, so far, I'm sure one of these years, especially as I try and relax a little more, that I won't make it. This will be the first year since I've qualified. The past 6 years I've been to past 6 Worlds, I guess it was a COVID break. And the only other person who's done the same thing has been Joshua Schmidt. He's gone to Worlds 7 times as well because he went in 2012 when I hadn't. So now we'll be tied in world appearances, but he talked about on YouTube lately how he needs to slow down with content and having a fiance, and it's impossible to keep up. And he tries to be competitive, and he still is a really good player, but it's maintaining the highest quality of or highest level of play is incredibly difficult. So yeah, I mean, first year going and him not being there.
For sure. But he's going as a commentator, I think?
I don't know if he's going as maybe he is. I don't know. I wouldn't have surprised me if they did. If they did that.
Yeah. Let's see here. You already used Ray's effect?
Yeah, Ray is used. The Great Red effect is not used, no.
Oh.
The on-field effect is.
What's one Yu-Gi-Oh lesson taught you that applies far beyond the game? Like, what's something you learned from the game that you can still apply?
I think it's not even just one lesson. Just like Yu-Gi-Oh in general, it's all the tactical strategy stuff and mentality stuff applies far beyond it. I apply a lot of the logical thinking to my degree in economics. The math obviously was intertwined. I learned from each other. Learning how to read through the game. The patience thing from 2015 with Burning Abyss. Something that I would learn to apply. A lot of things in my life I'd either failed and realize like I could learn them, or I could make analogies to Yu-Gi-Oh and they would apply perfectly fine. Maintaining calm in stressful situations, trying to remain objective, all things that important in Yu-Gi-Oh also ring true in the real world.
Yeah. And is winning world everything you imagine it would be?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know what I really expected. It was a personal goal for mine, and I did feel very self-accomplished in that regard when it ended. There'd been some hope that it would have had a bigger impact on the content creation. There wasn't really much growth there. People who knew about me still knew about me. People who didn't know about me didn't. And I did some comparisons to Josh. Josh grew significantly post Worlds. So in a perfect world, I would have seen that same growth post the championship, but obviously still doing pretty well, so I'm not too fussed.
How did, I guess, people inviting you to join their team go about? Just like, I know Raymond guy got the points, right? And then he's just like, hey Jesse, you want to be on my team? Or
yeah, so I made the choice for the first year for Master Duel to not compete because I figured somebody would just take me, which is, I guess, arrogant, but I was pretty much considered the best tournament player in the world. Now, with the tier being a thing, I figured someone out of the 2 qualifiers in NA will pick me. I qualified, he did just that. I wasn't close with Ray at the time. I am now, but he's someone I'd known through mutual friends. He lives in Michigan and I've been in Michigan a lot for events. And we'd also gone to Worlds individually in 2019 to Berlin. So I was familiar with Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I probably could have killed you this turn. I'm not paying attention, but who cares? Maybe I still can. And so yeah, first year I just decided this will work out, and I guess I'm fortunate enough that it did. That worked out for me perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the years since, we decided we'd requalify together as a team. So me, Ray, and Ryan. And then Ryan qualified, so I guess there wasn't much of me being chosen. It was like we'd agreed beforehand. Then we'd won Worlds, so we requalified as a team. And then this year, we switched up teams. And it's just two friends, Pac and Sam, so we agreed back in September we'd try all year. And Pac was the one who got the qualification, so I was invited through him, but we were all trying throughout the season, not just Pac.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Yeah, that's awesome. You said you have game?
Yeah, I do.
This card's crazy.
Like, Sky Striker is like, I don't know how much you played against it when it first came out, but with Zero and linkage, Chandra, I mean, one Ray by itself is like a Tenpai Chandra. It's just 10,000 damage by itself. So when there's an open board stage for Sky Striker, they actually just kill you. Before, that was not true.
Yeah. I needed that call back.
Yeah.
This is crazy though. Now I remember you and Ryan, you did the double or nothing Sky Striker back then.
Yeah. Because the Striker couldn't kill. It was one of the problems with the deck. You could like create openings, but then like a passive player. So as someone who played Thunder Dragon a lot, I knew that like if I just did nothing and let them break my field, they couldn't kill me, so it didn't matter. And then I'd eventually crack back, and the follow up was pretty good. So part of solving that problem, again, this goes back to the problem solving thinking, was how do we kill them? And it was Ryan's suggestion, what if we play double or nothing? And I'm like, wait, no, that works. So that's where the deck started, and then we kept building around that.
When it's all said and done, what has Yu-Gi-Oh meant to you?
Everything. I don't really know where I'd be without the game, with my friends, my experiences through the world, what it's taught me in and outside of the game. It's my career through competing, coaching, content creation, vending. It's built almost all my adult connections through business and through friendship. Allowed me to see the world, which is something I appreciate a ton. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to quantify.
Seen the video where you went to Machu Picchu. That one looks sick.
Oh, Machu Picchu was awesome. Yeah, that was that Peru trip was one of my favorite trips. That place is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Is that the best place you played at an event at? Or,
it's up there. I don't know if it's number one exactly, but it's for sure up there.
Okay, if it's not number one, what else is up there?
Tokyo is incredible. I also really love Sydney.
Okay.
Rio is also beautiful. I'd say those are some of the top candidates.
So what was Japan like, or Tokyo?
Tokyo is food is great. It's not expensive either, which is nice compared to some other touristy places. A lot of just cool things there for anime nerds.
Yeah.
It's efficient, clean. I'm a fan of Japan. Not a hot take, I guess.
That's all good. Do you think you accomplished everything you wanted to accomplish in the game, in your career?
With the competitive side, yeah, I have. I think I'm pretty happy with where I am in that regards.
Yeah. If you could thank one person who had the biggest impact on your career, who would it be and why?
My dad. Not close. That's a bit of a cop-out, but the playing with me when I was younger, taking me to locals, then driving with me to events, the constant support. And I said earlier I didn't do a ton of the funding for the cards and stuff, but before I started traveling, before I graduated high school, yes, before I went to university, any of the trips I did, he paid for. So it was the first points grind where we drove to places I didn't have to pay for gas or hotels. So that was all him financially. Only until after, with the eye on the line, and that was a huge help.
For sure.
So yeah, I mean it has to just be him.
That's a good one. And 20 years from now, when people watch this episode, what's one thing you hope they take away? Not about Yu-Gi-Oh, but like your journey through it.
One thing to take away. I guess that failure is a part of it, so just keep pushing through it, and that's how you'll see results continue getting better and such. Just pushing through that.
And perseverance, I guess.
Yeah, for
sure. Sure. But yeah, I think that's everything. Jesse, I just want to say thank you again for taking the time to do this. I know everyone's busy these days, and it really means a lot that you were willing to be the very first guest on Open Game State. I had a great time not only playing some retro Yu-Gi-Oh with you, but also hearing the stories behind your career and your journey through the game. I hope everyone watching enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, be sure to leave a comment below. Let me know who you'd like to see on a future episode and what other formats you'd like us to revisit.
Hit that subscribe box and get notifications as well, right? And thank you for having me though, and
no, for
appreciate
sure,
it.
for sure.
I'm honored to be the first guest.
Yeah. And yeah, you know, and of course, if you haven't already, go check out Jesse's channel and his socials. If you're looking to improve at Yu-Gi-Oh, he's absolutely the best person to learn it from. And yeah, Jesse, thanks again for being here. Hopefully this is just the first of many conversations, and maybe next time we'll run it back in another format. You absolutely destroyed me today. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next episode of Open Game State. Take care, everyone. And you can have this game.
Yeah, good old man.
Yeah.